Hello everyone, this is Gary Maloney here for Sactown Slam. I know it's been a while and it's been since Backlash since I've talked to you. Not sure how many subscribers I have left, but here I am trying to make some new ones. So, first of all, I'm going to be making 2 videos today. I don't think I can condense all of this into 2 hours. But, first one, obviously Extreme Rules is this weekend. And then there's some systemic problems in WWE right now. And there are a lot of big problems that WWE has to deal with. I did a similar video right around WrestleMania of last year, which didn't get a lot of views. But we are seeing a lot of these things play out now. But I'll save that for another video. Extreme Rules. I don't even know why the fuck you have this pay-per-view anymore. Because half of these fucking matches have no stipulations. None. Why? What is so special about this fucking pay-per-view? This is the most B-fucking level pay-per-view ever. Why not just give SummerSlam 10 weeks of build? I mean, all your fucking pay-per-views are on the network anyway. You don't give a fuck about your pay-per-views at this point anyway. I mean, fuck. We haven't seen Brock Lesnar since WrestleMania. Fucking lazy piece of shit can get off his ass to go to fucking UFC, but he can't fucking lift a finger to go to WWE without large sums of money. Fucking, you want to talk about monster in the bank? Fucking little prick. Brock Lesnar is a pussy, and I would say that to his face. He is a money-grubbing, money-hungry fucking pussy. Yeah, I said it. Come at me, bro. Come at me. 'Cause I'm tired of trying to wake up these plebeian fucking fans who want to suck Lesnar's fucking dick and just fucking be like, oh my god, Lesnar's a beast. Lesnar's the best. Me. Fucking idiots. All you are doing is making the product worse by empowering a piece of shit that does nothing. I have never, ever seen people stand by a wrestler who is never there. Like, God, how can you sit there and stand by a guy who just fights and does it for 5 fucking minutes? The entirety of his matches from Survivor Series 2016 to WrestleMania 2017 were not any more than 10 minutes. That is unacceptable. I don't care what story you're trying to tell with Goldberg. That is unacceptable. Anyway, I'll get to more of that shit in the next video. 'Cause trust me, I got straight fire for this fucking company right now. After what I've seen from G1 and what I've seen from just the independent scene in general, fuck WWE at this point. In fact, just to let everyone know, the week, I believe this is the, God. I think we're in the 2nd or 3rd week of July, and Raw just got its lowest ratings ever on television. Like, ever. A 2.4 in the Nielsen fucking ratings. You pathetic fucking pieces of shit. You deserve it too with the product you're putting out there. And here's a perfect example. Let's look at Extreme Rules. Now, first of all, Andrade Cien Almas versus Sin Cara. This match was supposed to be on Smackdown weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Never happened for some odd reason. This past week, Andrade Cien Almas walked out. And I want to tell you, the difference between Almas when he walked out at fucking TakeOver fucking New Orleans versus the difference from when he walked out this past Tuesday, you could hear a fucking pin drop on Tuesday. In New Orleans, I don't think you could hear anything because the people were screaming because they knew who the son of a bitch was. And then you took him off TV for almost 2 months. Let me put it to you like this. When you give someone just these little iPhone fucking, tweet little promos, nobody's gonna remember them. And then you have butt-fucked yet another NXT talent. Wow. What a concept. We can destroy everything Triple H creates because I'm Vince McMahon and I have a small penis. Good job, Vince. Let's destroy more of great wrestling. That is why your son-in-law, who may have created the curtain call, understands this business better than you now. Boo-hoo. So, you've put Sin Cara and Andrade on the pre-show. Obviously, if Andrade doesn't win, I riot at this point. Because why the fuck would you have Sin Cara win? You're not trying to build Sin Cara. You are trying to build Andrade. Period. I was very upset to hear this next match was delegated to the pre-show. Because this could be a very nice, thing in the making. New Day versus Sanity in a table match. First of all, why the fuck is this on a pre-show? Like, really? You're gonna put this on the pre-show? First of all, considering the fact that my fucking phone just went off, let me, turn that down. Second of all, I'm going to put it like this. You cannot teach stupid. You can't. Because stupid is not something that you really... Stupid is not something that you inherently know. It's something that you learn. And these bookers are incredibly stupid. I honestly believe that the stupidity with these bookers is just unbelievably and undeniably just what the fuck. Sanity, one of the greatest fucking teams in NXT history. New Day, the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions. And you are putting these two fucks on the pre-show. You're fucking stupid, WWE. These two teams deserved way better than that. And you fucking idiots that are just gonna eat this up. Oh my god, it's Sanity versus New Day. Yes, it is Sanity versus New Day, and what will more than likely be a 5-minute squash. I don't know who's going to squash who. or who they're going to push. But this is something that should have been like 20 minutes, not 5. Because if it's on the fucking pre-show, it's going to be 5. I mean, come on, people. This is not WrestleMania. You're not going to get a fucking 2-hour pre-show. So these guys are going to get like 5 minutes. And then they're going to start jabber-jawing with the weird people again. So, I don't get it. You know, this is, if anything, I'd have put Finn Balor and Baron Corbin on the goddamn pre-show. Why are they fighting? Well, what reason do they have to be fighting? Sanity at least has a precursor to why they're fighting. They want to fight everybody. They want to cause fucking chaos. That is the precursor to their character. Whereas New Day is the fun-loving, ha-ha, let's eat fucking pancakes and cereal and fucking ice cream. They are the child-friendly fucking team. Out of all of these matches, this is the one that makes the most sense. And you fucking delegate it to the pre-show. Fuck you, WWE. You're fucking retarded. Then you have Balor versus Corbin. The itsy bitsy spider don't give a fuck. That's the way I feel about this match. If you're not fighting for anything, then why do I give a fuck? This feud, which I don't even know, why are you fighting? Why? Because Baron Corbin is a kiss ass for Stephanie? Like, is that why you're fighting? Are you fighting because this is just some random ass pairing? I mean, I don't get it. I honestly don't. I mean, I get Baron Corbin has got these I have a small penis problems, but you're not doing anything with Finn Balor. If anything, this should be like #1 contender for the IC title kind of thing. Because, let's face it, if Ziggler wins, now I want to go over this with Ziggler. Ziggler took the title from Rollins. Ziggler inherently kept the title during the rematch, which means he is the new IC title. Now, there can only be 2 things going on there, but I'll get to that in a moment. As far as Corbin and Balor is concerned, A, you didn't build up the story at all, so I do not give a fuck. B, you could have at least made this interesting. This is Extreme Rules, right? Where's the fucking... I don't see any pretext to this match. I don't see any sort of, there's no stipulation. You could have added a stipulation, but you didn't. So it's extremely boring, is what I see it as. So, well done. Another match I could give 2 shits about, because it doesn't matter who the winner is. No one's going to give a fuck. United States title match. Jeff Hardy versus Nakamura. Okay. There's a lot of paradigms with this match. So let me explain everything here. #1. Why the fuck are you giving Nakamura the US title? Because we all know that's where this is leading. We're not dumb. We're not as dumb as the fucking plebeians in the YWC that want to sit there and fucking say, well, Nakamura earned it because he fought AJ Styles 50 times and lost. Well, here's the difference between that and what happened with fucking dipshit Mahal a year ago. And let me explain. They didn't strike when the iron was hot. when he was fighting Jinder Mahal. And they should have given him the title then. But they didn't. Because they were afraid to. I don't know. And here's the next piece of this puzzle. They had Shinsuke Nakamura and fucking Asuka win their respective Royal Rumbles. They then go on to have them lose at both WrestleMania and at Money in the Bank. Yeah, you heard me. Vince is a fucking alt-right closet racist. And I am sorry, but Asians have been getting the fucking screw job from Vince, going all the way back to Tajiri, fucking Funaki, fucking you name it. I mean, look at what happened to fucking Akira Tozawa. He had the Cruiserweight title for a day. And then lost it. Or excuse me, it wasn't a day, it was like 4. Excuse me. And then lost it at the pay-per-view. I'm sorry, but in terms of storytelling, that was a terrible decision. And yet again, another Japanese talent who you fucked over. Are you going to do the same thing to fucking Kairi Sane at fucking TakeOver Brooklyn? Are you going to have her lose to Shayna Baszler? Is that your big plan? Is to fuck over all the Asians? All these great Japanese wrestlers that are coming your way? And don't fucking at me with your shit about, oh, Jinder Mahal is from India and that's Asian. Don't. Because Jinder Mahal's from fucking Canada, in case you haven't fucking looked it up. So, I mean, if this was Piper Niven, that'd be a different story. But, well, let's save that for another video. Anyway, my point being that Nakamura has gotten a very short end of the stick. Do I think he should be getting the U.S. title? No. You earn a title. Period. And he should have just been kicking guys' asses from out of the gate from Money in the Bank forward. But what did they have him doing? They had him fighting AJ Styles in what ended up being a pointless fucking match last week, or this past week, against who? I mean, you had AJ and Hardy teaming against Nakamura and fucking Rusev. And what's got to be the laziest of fucking booking ever. I mean, this show, this pay-per-view, is full of lazy booking. The last 6 weeks have been nothing but WWE on autopilot, doing nothing. Nothing. Now this is another funny one. Now, as far as who I think is going to win, with Andrade and Sin Cara, obviously that's going to be Andrade. New Day and Sanity. I really do hope Sanity wins. Sanity deserves it. They've lost their first 2. If they lose this one, they lose any credibility they have of being a big team. So it's gotta go to Sanity. Logically. But I don't expect fucking Dick Pimple, at Titan Tower to agree on that one. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. I don't even know why this is even a fucking match. Obviously, I don't care. Either way, I really don't care because there's nothing on the line here. I mean, I could say Baron Corbin or Finn Balor all I wanted to, but the fact of the matter is that Finn Balor, you know, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with him. He may outright leave WWE after his contract is up, and I wouldn't blame him. And Baron Corbin is the same thing. So, I don't even know what to root for here. The itsy bitsy spider says that I don't give a fuck. So, next match, Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura. The rumor is that Jeff Hardy might drop the title to Shinsuke because he himself is injured. I do believe that because he has been kind of hobbling on that right leg. Do I agree with it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. It's 6 of one and a half dozen of the other. I mean, who else on SmackDown could you give the U.S. title to? A lot. Where the fuck is Ty Dillinger? Was Ty Dillinger fucking tasting fucking Sonic Shakes in the back and catering? You fucking morons. Where, you know, where, it's just, where is the rest of this roster? They have this great roster, and yet they're just not utilizing it. And that's stupid. Then you have Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy versus Curtis, Axel, and Bo Dallas. This has been a tragedy since day one. I thought the Curtis, Axel, and Bo Dallas imitations of Bray and Matt were funny for, I don't know, 2 weeks. And then they just weren't funny anymore. Then they just were kind of, well, annoying. And you're basically shitting all over Bray and Matt's gimmick. Which I don't fucking appreciate. Because all you're really doing is trying to kill the fucking broken character. I don't give a fuck what you want to call it. That's exactly what this is. You are killing the broken character, the broken universe, and anything else that was popular about the broken. Fuck Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt kind of fucked himself over. Bray Wyatt was literally on fire at the beginning of last year. His house was on fire anyway. That was Randy Orton. But the point is, you know, something happened with creative, with Bray Wyatt. And that character should have died in the lake of reincarnation or whatever the fuck. And he should have just been repackaged. I do not know why they are forcing their hand with that character. It is a dead character. Let it die. It is not a replacement for The Undertaker. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. You did your best, but it ended up failing in the end, especially when you split him from Harper and Rowan. I think that's what really killed Bray Wyatt's character. I think you need to start over. I think the Bludgeon Brothers are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the few people that don't hate on those guys. But this team right here, Bray and Matt, get Matt as far away from Bray as possible. Bray is a fucking cancer. Bray right now needs a makeover very fucking badly. I mean, this guy is like Biggest Loser material at this point. Not that I'm saying he is fat, but I am saying that his character sucks and he needs to be literally remade from the ground up. Matt, I think, would do better as a singles wrestler. He is not a tag team guy unless he's with Jeff, period. I think you are insulting his value if you are assuming that all he can do is tag wrestling. That's what you did before he left. Fuck. You know, get a clue. And as far as Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, this B-team shit, I'm gonna run down some of these tag teams on Raw. And I'm just gonna, and I'll do a more in-depth in the next video. But you've got the B-team, super glued tag team, meaning that they took two singles guys and put them together. You take Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, super glued tag team. You take Breezango, Breezango, super glued tag team. They took two singles guys and put them together, and even though that was on SmackDown, they still kept them for Raw. Titus Worldwide, super glued tag team. I think you're all noticing a pattern. The only three tag teams they have, to my understanding, that are legit tag teams are the Ascension, the Revival, AOP, and what could potentially be Jason Jordan and Chad Gable should they choose to put them back together. Jason Jordan's been cleared for 2 months, so I'm like, what the fuck? And Chad Gable's literally in fucking wrestling purgatory on Raw. And he is one of the greatest wrestlers ever. And Simon Gotch recently came out and said, you're going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame someday. Yeah, not wrestling in fucking dark matches he is. Anyway, next match. You have SmackDown's women's title. Carmella versus Asuka with James Ellsworth in a shark cage. I do not like this match whatsoever. And you know why? Ellering and Enzo both pulled some shit last time they were both in a shark cage. Granted, Paul Ellering didn't get away with it because that chain fucking went into the crowd, which was one of the funniest parts of that match in NXT Toronto. But, you know, when it was, when it was Enzo, like, lubed himself up or some shit, and had a poop emoji shit on, and all this other shit, and he lubed himself out of the cage. I'm gonna be honest. Well, what kind of stunt is Enzo gonna pull? Because that's really all I fucking care about in this match. Because we all know Asuka, despite her fucking worth to the company, is gonna get fucked again. And, ooh, I'm blonde, and I look good in a singlet, and blah, 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 and I'm the princess of Staten Island, is gonna fucking win that match. I do not know why WWE wants to focus their attention on morons like Carmella and fucking Alexa Bliss. Yes, I said it. Fuck Alexa Bliss. And fuck Carmella. Carmella is a terrible wrestler. She got 1 star against Charlotte from Dave Meltzer. 1. Yes, out of 5. When Omega versus Okada this past year got 7. If you catch my drift. This bitch don't know how to wrestle, which means she don't need the title. I'm sorry, but Asuka had 900 wins before her first loss. This woman is the sole survivor of the Women's Survivor Series. She won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble and had to advocate the NXT Women's title due to injury. Injury! She did not lose it. For all the idiots on fucking YouTube that want to say she lost it. No. She had to advocate it. Two different things. And for all these idiots out there that want to say, oh, she lost before that. First of all, was she pinned? Because I don't remember her being pinned in those matches. Now, I mean, I hate to say this, but I get the feeling one of two things is going to happen. Carmelo more than likely is going to win because WWE's fucking stupid and does not value Asuka at all, which I have seen. So, I mean, I have zero faith in this fucking company anymore. It's really gotten to the point where fuck WWE, go New Japan, go Ring of Honor, fuck them up. I'm glad you got that date at Madison Square Garden for your next G1 special. Fucking pop the cork on that bitch and say no. Omega ain't going to WWE. He's staying right here, bitches. Now, next one on the friggin' card. We have an Extreme Rules match with Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Okay. To set the narrative here, Ronda Rousey is going to have a ticket for the event. Ronda Rousey wants to beat the shit out of Alexa Bliss. This is an Extreme Rules match. Anything goes. Why they chose this match over any other matches to be Extreme Rules makes about 0 sense to me. I mean, I would have rather have seen Sanity versus New Day be Extreme Rules. Or Bobby Lashley versus Roman be Extreme Rules. But God forbid Roman Reigns get hurt. Oh, we can't lose our Samoan pony. I don't know what to make of this match. My guess is that Nia Jax loses here clean, and then Alexa Bliss gets her ass beat by Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda's gonna sit back and respectfully wait for a winner and then beat the shit out of Alexa Bliss. But that is happening. I'm calling that now, is that Alexa Bliss will get the shit beat out of her by Ronda Rousey. Regardless of what happens, that in some respect is going to happen. Then you have the SmackDown Tag Team title match. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus Daniel Bryan and Kane. Okay. Here's where the rubber sort of meets the road. If Daniel Bryan has not signed a contract yet, they may have him win it here and then lose the rubber match. Or they may have him lose here and then fast track him versus Miz for SummerSlam. I'm a little worried because I don't know what to think of either conclusion. So, if he loses here, and then his next opponent is, say, someone else, and they don't do anything else as Team Hell No, that's probably a good sign that his contract negotiations are going pretty good. But the winner, how this match is won, and what happens out of this match and after this match is really more what I give a shit about. Because I want Daniel Bryan to stay. I mean, shit, you lose Daniel Bryan, why the fuck do I watch WWE anymore? Sure the fuck isn't for Brock Lesnar. Maybe AJ Styles. I mean, I still care about AJ. But, you know, beyond NXT, I wouldn't give a fuck. So, I don't know how to call this match. I feel like Harper and Rowan, by beating Team Hell No, would be given their rightful due, because they have not been showcased much. But do I think they're going to be a nostalgia team like Hell No? My guess is that they're probably going to give it to Hell No, either way. So, if Harper and Rowan win, that'd be a very nice surprise. And that would also, but that would also maybe send up a red flag. I don't know. This is a match that's more speaks of what Daniel Bryan is or isn't doing than anything else. And again, we don't know what's going on truly behind the scenes, except for the fact that the Wrestling Observer and Insider and all these guys have said that Daniel Bryan has not signed a new contract yet. That's about all we know. So I'm gonna go with Team Hell No, but it probably isn't for the right reasons. It's not that I think they're, quote-unquote, the better team. It's that I think they may give both guys a token tag team run before, pushing them both out of the company. Then we have probably one of the two matches I actually give a fuck about. Intercontinental title, 30-minute Iron Man match. Ziggler versus Rollins. Now, this past Monday, McIntyre fought to have to either A, be able to be out there for Ziggler, or B, he would have to be in the back for this match. Now, he won. This tells me one of two things. Either A, Ziggler's going to win, or B, Rollins will win with the help of a returning Ambrose. I don't know which one to go with, though, because I haven't heard anything from about Ambrose in a while. So I want, for now, and I also think that Rollins is much, he's far and away above what the Intercontinental title scene could offer to him. I think he's a Universal title guy, and he should be the Universal Champion. Fuck Lesnar, by the way. So I think that Dolph will probably win, just because this is a guy that, now that he's on a different brand than The Miz, he can catch up to The Miz or begin to catch up anyway in IC title reigns. I think that Dolph at this point it is more than likely the guy that's going to... Stupid phone. Dolph, though, I do truly feel is the more deserving person of this title. Do I think that he's going to win it? Probably not. I think that WWE likes the whole Rollins thing because they can then glue friggin', Roman to Rollins and get a better reaction. But the problem, again, with that one is, well, you can't get that reaction with just Roman. It has to be both. So I feel like the company feels like what's best for business is to keep Rollins with the title, But there is a part of me that thinks Ziggler is going to win, but for now I'm just going to go with Rollins, because I think this company has been very disappointing in its payoffs as of the last few pay-per-views. So, I mean, I'm going to go with the safe bet and say they don't swap it. AJ Styles versus Rusev. Yet again, no fucking stipulation. Just like Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus Daniel Bryan. No stipulation, but I do sort of understand why, because they're trying to protect Daniel Bryan, so I give that one a pass. I mean, James Ellsworth in a shark cage is not a fucking stipulation. It's retarded. Why don't you just have him banned to the back, and if he comes out, what's her name forfeits the title? The end. You know? And it's just, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches on this fucking card that have no stipulation. And yet you're calling this Extreme Rules? Really? What's so extreme about it? That it's extremely shitty? That you've extremely shit all over the fans and their expectations for an Extreme Rules? I mean, I'm hearing through the grapevine, through, news sources like Wrestle Talk and JD from New York and other places that have valid and, likely opinions and news sources that they're going to start replacing certain pay-per-views with WCW pay-per-views. Now, if that happens, I think Extreme Rules should be one of those ones to go, because they just don't respect this pay-per-view, and they don't expect, or they don't respect what Extreme Rules is all about. Like, this should be a pay-per-view that is always in Philadelphia. I mean, what the fuck, WWE? You can always have Money in the Bank in Chicago and fucking SummerSlam in fucking Brooklyn, but you can't have Extreme Rules in Philadelphia. Got it. The birthplace of Extreme fucking Rules. Got it. I don't get that mentality. But if you're gonna scrap a pay-per-view, this would be one I would scrap. Same thing with Hell in a Cell. Not all the matches are Hell in a Cell. Scrap it. I would keep Elimination Chamber. I like that. That's a great segue in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. And it helps build stories for the title that didn't get fought for at the Rumble. I mean, if Raw wins it, then you need a segue for the WWE title at this point, and if SmackDown wins it, you need a segue for the Raw for Universal title at this point. Anyway, AJ Styles versus Rusev. What can I say? This is probably Rusev's last chance. And as much as I love AJ Styles, I really hope that Rusev wins it. But deep down, I know AJ's going to win this. I think this is a litmus test for Rusev to see if he can go on to bigger and better things. They may send him to the land of the Bigums. Raw, by the way. Next year, if he does well enough here, I could see him doing a good job in the land of the Bigums. So, seeing as every person in that fucking locker room is a large person and Rusev would fit in perfectly. Do I see AJ losing the title here? Only if they were really trying to push Rusev Day. And if they are really trying to push Rusev Day, I have no beef with that whatsoever. My only beef with this match is this. There is no Universal title match, correct? Yet, you have Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens in a steel cage, which doesn't mean jack diddly to me. And Romans versus Bobby Lashley, which is basically for nothing. Because we don't know who's going to fight Brock. This isn't a number one contendership match. This is over bragging rights. Who the fuck cares? And yet you have these two matches. Two! Over the WWE title. Fuck you, Vince. You shit all over your dad's creation. I just... This idea that you can have the WWE title as a mid-card title is just... I don't even understand it. I mean, this isn't even new age or antiquated thinking. This is just illogical booking. Good God. I mean, I am sure AJ versus Rusev could have easily carried the main event. Fucking AJ is a main event machine. And Rusev, hell, he ain't bad in the ring himself. So I ain't gonna take nothing away from Rusev. I seen him in a steel cage against fucking Roman Reigns. He was the only good thing about that match at Hell in a Cell that year. So don't tell me either of these guys can't wrestle. Fuck. Then you have Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens, which has just been a fucking comedy act this whole time. Oh, I knocked him over in a porta potty. I stalked him in the manager's office. I threw him off a 40-foot ladder. No, I'm sorry, but this seems way too much like a comedy sketch. It's like, it seems like something from out of South Park. I mean, give me a fucking break. You are supposed to be anti-bully, right? What the fuck does this reek of? Bully, 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 bully. Okay? I'm sorry, but what the fuck beef does he have with Kevin Owens anyway? He's the one who won Money in the Bank, right? Like, if anything, Kevin Owens should have been, should not be playing a face, because that is a god-awful fucking role for him. And B, she should have been like, fuck you! If we're gonna do this in a steel cage, I want you to put up your Money in the Bank contract! Shit! But did they do that? No. And do you want to know why? Because of this fucking antiquated thinking that we all want a fucking comedy act for pro wrestling. That is not fucking entertaining. You're supposed to be sports entertainer, and yet you're not entertaining me. You're boring me. I was more entertained with the G1 special in San Francisco than I have been through anything in WWE in the last, 4 years. Like the last time I got that hyped about wrestling was when Seth Rollins fucking cashed in on fucking Brock and Roman. And maybe Undertaker's 25th anniversary. That's probably it. I mean, yeah, there are a couple matches here and there that were great. I'm not going to deny that. Shit, that triple threat for the Shield over the WWE title at fucking Battleground in 2016 was great. Anybody who thinks Battleground 2017 was great needs to be drug out into the street and beaten with a blunt object. I mean, Jiminy Christmas, I don't want to see no Punjabi fucking prison matches on fucking TV ever again. Yeesh. But this is another example of a useless match and a useless stipulation. And do you want to know why? I guarantee those doors are going to be open. I guarantee that Kevin Owens is going to do something slick, like bring in a pair of handcuffs, probably handcuff Braun Strowman to the fucking cage, and then climb up and get out of it. It's going to be some stupid ending that is just going to, either A, make this roll into SummerSlam, which I see them doing because they're lazy bookers and lazy writers, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing on Raw in creative at all, which is why they saw their lowest ratings ever this past week. Ever. In their 25-year history. Look it up. It is the truth. This is not just from sources. This is legit. But, what the fuck? People don't want to listen to me, right? I'm just the one fucking telling you a legit fucking reasoning behind all of this. But does anyone want to listen to someone who can reason? No, not really. And then your main event, which I don't even know why this is a main event. This is a mid-card match. This is weeks of mid-card. Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. Okay. Let me put this all in a nutshell for you. This whole feud has been built on, well, I am better than you. Meh. That's it. There's nothing about a title shot. There's nothing about who can beat Brock. Nothing. And do you know who wanted it that way? Vince McMahon. Now, I don't know why he wanted it that way, but it has been reported that he was the one who wanted it that way. Do I know why? No, of course I don't. But you are wasting the viewer's time by making this the main event. Especially with nothing on the line and no stipulation. Like this, I guarantee you are going to have an empty fucking arena. Because as soon as AJ Styles and Rusev is over, people are going to leave. And do you want to know why? Because you chose to put Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley in the main event. Because you're retarded. And you have no fucking mind for business at all anymore. Give it up, Vince. Hand over the keys to the kingdom to your son-in-law, who's obviously doing a better job than you on 205 and NXT. You fucking retarded fuck. Stop torturing us. You want to know why Madison Square Gardens gave fucking New Japan and Ring of Honor a fucking G1 special date? Because you're a stupid fuck. I mean, your draw power is, like, not there anymore. Look at what you did at Raw 25. All the people at Madison Square Garden started booing. Ah, jeez. I don't know what else to say here. I mean, this is just... this pay-per-view is really a fucking travesty. So, at this point, at least on this subject, I am Gary Maloney here for Sactown Slam, and I am out.